What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I want to break down exactly what I would do going into 2025 if I was directionless or, I hadn't figured out my life, if I was 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 years old. I didn't go to college, or I was in college and not enjoying it, or let's say I'm just working a regular retail job. Whatever situation I'm in, I haven't found my path yet. I haven't got my direction yet. I haven't got my passions and everything aligned just yet. This is my advice to you. I'm only 20 years old. So you might hear that and say, like, what? How's this 20-year-old going to give me advice on what I should do with my life? But that's the exact reason why I feel like I'm qualified to do that, is because I am your age, right? I am 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I can relate to you, right? I know where you're at in life. And just 4 short years ago, I was in a very similar spot to probably where you are now. When I was 16 years old, that's when I started making money online. That's when I started to find a purpose and a passion and started to find my direction and find my people and started making money consistently because of it. So I know what it's like to be in your shoes. This is what I would do going into 2025. This is no fluff, no BS. I'm not trying to tell you need to go manifest things and whatever else, although I think that can be helpful. I think you have to think it before you can see it. And then when you see it, you can believe it. And when you believe it, it'll happen. So I believe in the power of manifestation, but that's not what this video is about. This video is about an actual action plan. Like, what's your game plan you can write down going into 2025? Number one, you need to understand that you can make whatever you want happen in 1 year. It's not going to take 2 years. It's not going to take 5 years. It's definitely not going to take 10 years. If you're doing things the right way, it can take 3 to 6 months before you gain that traction. That puts you at March, June of this year, 2025. And then that whole back half of the year, you have to really stack, really take things to the next level. So number one, what do you need to do? You need to learn a high income skill. Now, when we say a high income skill, I don't mean go start a business. Okay. I don't mean like go start power washing. I don't mean go start landscaping. I don't mean any of that. What I mean is you need to find a skill set that is used in businesses, specifically online businesses, in 2025. Okay? Because what's that going to allow you to do? It's going to allow you to work from anywhere because it's an online business. That's why I target online businesses. It's going to allow you to have more than likely uncapped earning potential. And it's going to allow for you to blossom into eventually starting your own business if that's something you want to do. So a high income skill, something like sales, something like copywriting, something like marketing. All of these are all high income online skills. So I learned sales. Truthfully, if you guys want to learn sales, I think it's the best skill to learn. You don't have to start with it, but I think all things go back to sales. Most people, most billionaires will tell you, if they're a successful business owner, they'll tell you learning sales is one of the most important things you can do. Now, how do you do that? You go on YouTube, look up high ticket sales training, high ticket sales frameworks, high ticket sales calls. Go look those things up, because what I sell in is a remote high ticket sales role. All right. I now manage sales teams. I started this 4 years ago, and basically it's for all online services, all online companies, online coaching programs. You need to learn this style of selling. If you're completely lost and you don't feel like searching anything, just go to my YouTube channel and watch the rest of my videos. Okay, so that's one. You need to learn sales. Number two, you need to go get a sales role where you can make at least $5,000 to $10,000 per month. Now, $5,000 to $10,000 per month working remote with a flexible schedule as a 1099 role, that will change everything for you. That will show you what's possible. That will open your world to something that you never even knew was possible in the first place. So you go land a sales role. How do you do this? You need to follow the right people on social media: Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Where else? Facebook is big. Go join Facebook groups for high ticket sales jobs. Go join communities you can find through Twitter and Instagram. Go follow big creators who have coaching programs. because they will be posting job applications. Even go follow me on Twitter. I'll help you out. Like you can get these sales roles. It's not that complicated to get an entry level sales role. You have to go apply like your life depends on it and go land these roles. Go do outreach if you have to, but find your way into one of these roles where you can make 5 to 10K a month in an entry level sales role with the knowledge that you just learned. All right, you go do that. Now you're making 5 to 10K a month. Now you can start stacking some money. Depending on what your living scenario looks like, you'll more than likely be in an entry level role, and then you can grow into a higher level closer role there on after, where you can start making 15, 20, 25K a month. But even at 10K a month, your third step in this process is save 50K. Really, you need 100K, but save 50K. Okay? If you can have $50,000 after tax sitting in your bank account, and you do the math on what your expenses are, if you're not spending like a lunatic, you're going to have a year of savings, maybe even 2 if you're really being cheap, saved up. Do you know what that does when you've never had money before and now you have a year of savings where you could theoretically not make any money for a year straight and get to the point where you can pay all of your bills for a year? Like just having $50,000 saved up. Now that can happen in that later half of the year. So 6 months into the 12 months, that range, that's where you can really be stacking this money if you focus on learning the skill and getting a solid role for these first 3 to 6 months of the year. Lock in, make it happen, find a role where you can make money, and your life will completely change. I can promise you that. Okay? I can't promise you much, but I can promise you that. Now, after you get to 50K, that's where your goal should change from how do I continue to get better at sales? That should be your goal for the first year. Beyond that, it should be how do I find better opportunities where I can use this skill to make me more money? How do I find a better offer? How do I find hotter leads? How do I find something with higher commission? How do I develop sales ability into something else like I've done, where I've developed it into leadership ability, where now I'm managing a sales team and I have higher upside potential because of that? So these can start to go through your mind. But for 2025, lock in, focus on learning a skill, find an opportunity where you can use that skill to make a business owner more money, and stack cash. Don't spend any money on anything stupid. Just stack cash for 6 to 12 months. And I promise you, you get to the point where you have 1 year of living expenses saved up. Your whole entire life feels different. Your whole reality, the way you look at the world, the people you meet, the connections you have completely change. All right. Now, if you guys have any questions on any of this, you can DM me on IG, follow me on Instagram. It's awesome. You'll see my stories, follow along on a day-by-day basis. I'll see you guys in the next one.